ex? Or where am I? Do I feel stuck? Well, I want to use those 20 minutes to start my day in a positive way and be like, whoa, at least my life's not like that. We need to be grateful for everything. And for me, Jacob, gratitude's like my big thing right now. Like every day I want to think of three things that I'm grateful for, three things that I'm grateful for that will possibly come to me in the future. And then I end by saying, God's been good to me. I mean, because I have my health, I'm still here. So even if I have zero in the bank account, or, I don't have a car, which, I do, but, at least I have something that every day I'm like, okay, well, God's been good to me. I'm still here. And sometimes that's where you have to start. You're still here. So that's saying a lot.
Absolutely, and I'm always blessed to know my stuff and be able to live in New York and be able to do all my incredible opportunities that range me. So anyway, so what have been some of the challenges as you begin a new chapter of in your podcasting, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
I've been the challenge. I've been the obstacle. I mean, we started season 2 last December, so literally 11 months ago, and I recorded 2, and then I just needed a break. I had just produced 2 television shows back to back. I went through a very hard breakup as I was completing the shows. And I called my team in Nashville and I was like, listen, I'm from Hawaii. My family lives in Hawaii. I need a break. I'm burnt out and I'm about to have my own underwater moment. So they said, go do what you need to do. And I moved myself to Hawaii for about 5 months, and I regrouped. And so then I used those 5 months to focus on myself, focus on the direction I wanted the show to go. Because the more authentic I am with me, I felt like I could help more people. And I'm not saying I have millions of listeners, but I do get those listeners, even if there's like 5 listeners, but those 5 listeners have sent me emails, and then I know that I'm doing my job. So to answer your question, I've been my biggest hurdle because I didn't want to do anything that wasn't authentic. I only wanted to, if I needed to cry, I needed to figure out, why am I crying? What is the reason? And often I realized we have pain because it's expectations that weren't met. And I realized I needed to reconfigure what my expectations were and make everything realistic from my day to day for upcoming relationships, or hopefully a relationship, not several. And just, what's important with work. I mean, my family has been incredibly supportive, obviously. Not many people can just give up everything and move to Hawaii. But I was able to do that after doing 2 very intense shows. So again, I think I was my biggest obstacle. Everything else I don't believe in, no. I just believe in not yet, or they're not meant to be there. So, it's just a different way of looking at things.
And it is amazing. So did you find, and it's great that you're back in California, and I think that 5 months really rejuvenated you, and I've seen this energy and excitement coming up from the screen, and I think you are going to be ready to enter 2020 in the 2020 decade in a whole new light.
I agree. And for those people who feel like they're crazy, or they feel exhausted, or they feel stuck, or if they have a broken heart, I just want you to know it's normal, and time is your friend, and your worth is what you believe it is. It's not what someone places upon you. So if you need to take a moment, even if you can't move to Hawaii, then, take room in your closet and make it a little Zen corner and turn your phone on airplane mode and rejuvenate and realize that you are loved, valued, and appreciated, and you're here for a reason. Or you're going to go or you're going to lose it.
I
And then you'll
totally
have
agree
to
with
move to
that. I
Hawaii.
totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's hard. Social media is not what everyone thinks it is, you know? Like, you only get to see literally 1 second in somebody's life of what you want them to see. So you don't see the other 23 hours in someone else's life.
Oh, yeah. And I admit that. And I admit this to you guys as well, because I do see a lot of my friends and a lot of my colleagues that are like doing all these incredible things, like going to like the Frozen premiere, or going to sit down with Gayle King for a big interview, or like sitting down with Elton John minutes before he goes out. Yeah. Do I get jealous about it? Yes, I do. But at the same time, I know that my time is coming, and like I got likes with I just met the Big Brother cast, which I'm a huge fan of the show, and I met two of my all-time favorite players from this season. So it was a great experience. And I know that I'm getting to the point where I'm going to get to my journey. We're all going to get there.
Yeah. It's no matter where you end up being, that's where you're supposed to be.
Agreed.
And
so
it's temporary. Even if it's successful.
I do agree. It is temporary. But however, with that temporary, because you have another podcast we got to talk about, which
the
includes
American Influencer podcast.
That is correct. Because here's the thing: I don't know if my audience knows about this podcast or the American Influencer Awards themselves. Like when I saw that, it was like makeup. I'm like, wait a minute. Where are all the fitness people? Where are all the male bloggers? Where are everything? I would love to. Can you please share this with my audience?
Yes. First of all, when is this dropping?
I think Thursday.
Oh, Thursday? Okay. Because we're announcing something at Monday's show, so that's why I'm asking. So everyone listening. Okay. So I had the opportunity 2 years ago to be a part of the first American Influencer Awards here in Los Angeles at the Dolby Theatre in downtown LA. And Candy Johnson and Patrick Starr, who are two of the biggest beauty influencers ever. Patrick has to deal with MAC. Candy had her own line at Too Faced. They had millions of followers. It was just an amazing event. And specifically that first show, the American Influencer Awards, it recognized people in the beauty and hair categories, just because, as we know, being an influencer on social media, there's so many different categories. So because there's such dedication in the beauty market, they went there first. And they had, out of like 150 nominees, 130 showed up from worldwide. It was a huge success. It was sold out. We had companies like Amazon participate, big makeup companies. It was great. So then they took a year off, and then they joined in forces with a company called Gatehouse Media Group. Gatehouse owns over 700 publications, including USA Today. Wow. So now we were able to take a year off and really regroup the award show to make it bigger for beauty, hair, barbers, a few different categories, lifestyle. So we have Tyra Banks this year. We have Kim Kardashian. We have Jeannie Mai from The Real also hosting with Candy Johnson and Patrick Starr. And friends, get this. It's at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, where they host the Academy Awards. So we're having a big red carpet on Monday, November 18th on Hollywood Boulevard, just like the Oscars. It'll be a 2-hour red carpet. It will be from 6 to 8 Pacific Standard Time, streamed exclusively through our partnership with YouTube. And then from 8 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, live from the Dolby, we'll have our 2-hour show with special musical performances. And Tyra Banks, did I mention? Kim Kardashian, and so many of your favorite influencers. In fact, we have 160 nominees, and with a combined total of all of their followers in one room, it's over 500 million followers.
That is a big number.
Yeah, so we're very excited about that. And also during that show, we will be announcing another influencer award for a completely different category. That will be, I can tell you, in March of 2020, but I just can't tell you what that category is. But it's one of the categories that maybe Jacob has mentioned right before we started talking about it. So I'm the executive producer of the podcast. I've also been obviously helping with the show and getting Jeannie Mai attached and some of my other friends. So it's nice to work with great people. If your audience happens to be in Los Angeles next weekend or next Monday, Tickets are still on sale via Ticketmaster, and you can find out more information by going to AIAawards.com. That's AmericanInfluencerAwards.com, AIA Awards. So there's, AIAAWARDS.com. So yeah, so I'm excited about it, and mostly I'm excited to work with good people. It's going to be fun, and people want to inspire people.
I have to agree, and the name, and here's the thing: who does inspire people like Tyra Banks or Kim Kardashian, especially in that huge influencer community?
And yes, and we also have a very special award. This is the second time we're giving it out. It's called the Courage Award. It's our collaboration with the City of Hope in Los Angeles for those who go through cancer and who struggle with cancer on a daily basis. Our CEO, Christopher Krellin, who started this awards show a few years ago, and the American Influencer Association, is a cancer survivor himself, and his father passed away from cancer when he was young. So we're not just glorifying fans and the beauty influencers. We're really trying to use that saying of how will you influence? How will you be influential? So although we have these great awards, we're also changing the world at the same time.
Awesome. Now, I want to talk about a subject that we haven't talked about yet, and it's something that you and I first connected with. It is about songwriting and music.
Yes.
Is the door left open for that, or have you completely shut off?
I think there's seasons for everything, and I was told in my teens and early 20s by family members who, by the way, meant well, and college professors, that you have to, even executives, TV executives, you have to stay in your lane. Okay, so that doesn't make sense for me because I'm a producer now. I won a Streamy Award. I'm a host. I have a podcast deal. I can also produce other people. I'm an actor. So I don't believe that the door is ever shut on music. What I do believe gets shut is creativity. I'm the type of person who I've learned that I write when it comes to me, not because I have to. I will tell you this. I do have a song that will be released next year. It's with Grammy-nominated Dave Koz. He's a jazz player. He plays saxophone. And my cousin, who's in Green Day, his name is Jason Freeze. He's producing it. So Crystal Lewis, who is a two-time Grammy-nominated gospel singer, will be doing the vocals, and then Dave will play the sax, and it has a little Green Day vibe to it. So it's very different than I'm used to. But yeah, sometime in 2020, it's called Beauty in the Broken, and hopefully that will help inspire people as well. So yeah, I do have one song, but that's all I have. I got nothing else yet. Nothing has come to me.
Don't worry about that. You're pretty busy at your end of the woods. So just to wrap things up, everyone, let's talk about 2020. You are going to have a very big 2020. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, we will. And I'm going to Hawaii next week for a few weeks, so it's important for me to rejuvenate. So I'll be so ready for 2020. So please, dear listeners, check out and subscribe.
Oh, Josh, can you hear me?
Show. Yeah.
Let's redo that again. I'm sorry, everybody. We experienced some technical difficulties. So, Josh, what did you say again?
Yeah, I was just saying, if you want more information on Jonah and the Well, you can subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, or you can go to jonahandthewhale.show and you can catch up. But I strongly encourage that you start at the very beginning, because the first episode is so good with Mad TV's Lauren Pritchard. And be on the lookout for season 2 in early 2020, and follow our journey on Instagram or on Twitter. Yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. And so besides all the social media plugs, is there anything else you would like to plug?
Yes, I would like to tell your listeners, your talent never expires. So where you're at today is a place that you're at for a reason. And everything prepares you for what is to come. So if you're frustrated that you're not on television, or you're not getting promoted at work, or maybe you're not in the, in the genre of work that you wish you were working at, don't